Hello, it's Friday, June the 26th, 2020, and this is the last head teacher briefing of the session, as next week will be the last week of term, and next week we would be expecting home learning to continue with youngsters consolidating their learning, finishing outstanding tasks that they might have to do, but there'll be no squads and no live lessons next week from teachers. I wanted to give you all an update of what school is going to look like after the summer holidays, and of course all of this is subject to change, but at the moment what we are planning on doing is that, as I said last week, on Wednesday the 12th of August we would be expecting to welcome all of our S1 pupils for the first 3 days of next session. So we would only be expecting to see S1 pupils on Wednesday the 12th, Thursday the 13th and Friday the 14th of August in school, where they will get their timetables, be introduced to their squad leader, and then also get to see their squad room and be shown around the school and get to be comfortable with the school until we get to Monday the 17th of August. Now, Monday the 17th of August is when we would be expecting 100% all pupils to be coming back to Banff Academy. That's what the government and the local authority and Banff Academy are planning for, that all pupils will return to Banff Academy in August, and in our case on the 17th of August. Now, I am going to write to all parents to give more detail about that next week, but in the meantime, what I would like to just outline to you is that of a couple of expectations that we would have on that first term. And so the school day will look a little bit different. We are going to start the day at 8:50 as we normally do, but each day will finish at 3:15. So we're doing away with what we call the asymmetric week. There'll no longer be 2 long days and 3 shorter days. Each day will be exactly the same, starting at 8:50 and finishing at 3:15. So the day will start at 8:50, which will begin with a half-hour squad session, which will end at 9:20. And then we'll have session 1, which is from 9:20 until 11 o'clock. And then there'll be a 15-minute break. And then from 11:15 until 12:55 we'll have session 2, and then there will be a 40-minute lunch, and that will be followed by session 3, which is from 1:35 until 3:15. And that allows us to be able to move flexibly should we get into a situation where we get back to lockdown measures, where we have to have minimum distancing in the school and so on. Now, having extended periods of time will provide some challenges, but I'm also hoping will provide us with some opportunities as well. That will be reviewed throughout the session next session, and we will make a final decision as to whether or not that's something that we're going to stick with permanently. But at the moment, that will be the temporary arrangement that we'll have for next session. Can I just reiterate the comments that I made about uniform, that we will be relaxing the expectations of uniform for term 1 next session, that at this time it's most important that pupils feel relaxed and comfortable about coming back to school, and all we would be expecting pupils to be wearing is appropriate, fresh, clean clothes every day. We will be working next term to relaunching the full school uniform, hopefully at the start of term 2 after the October break. But in the meantime, pupils are expected to wear comfortable clothes when they return after the summer holidays. In addition to that, we will have certainly guidelines around the school. Will stipulate that regular washing of hands is extremely important. Every teaching area will have hand sanitizer pumps for pupils to both wash their hands on entry and exit from teaching areas. And we're still awaiting guidance from the government around social distancing for adults and for senior pupils. But we will have done a full risk assessment on the school, and I would not open if I didn't feel that it was safe, and that risk assessment has been completed, and I do feel that it will be safe. But there will be a final decision made by the government on the 30th of July as to whether schools will be able to open fully in August. But at the moment, what we're intending to do is have first year pupils in those first 3 days, and then full school in from the 17th of August. Now, turning to squad, this week's squad challenge was all about a time capsule, and really delighted, as I always have been, with the beautiful work that pupils have put together for these squad challenges. I've thoroughly enjoyed them, and I would fully expect to continue with them next session. Last week, the runner-up for the squad challenge was the squad Beatles, and this week's runner-up with a really good video was squad Martin Luther King. But last week's runner-up surpassed themselves this week, and hopefully you'll see posted their video of their time capsule is Squad Beatles. So an outstanding effort by them, so very well done, a good team effort, and I'm really, really pleased to see that. Now, over the last few weeks, we've been undertaking, some pupils have been undertaking the Olympics, and I'm really pleased to announce the award winners today. And for the bronze medal for our Olympics competition was Jack Murdoch in S2. The silver medal went to Kira Towler in S4. And the Olympian with the gold medal of the Olympics for Banff Academy for 2020 goes to Macy Phillips. So very well done to her. In terms of the squad winners, the runner-up was Squad Cohen, and the winner of the Olympics Squad Olympics was Squad Stephen. So congratulations to all of those athletes. I'd just like to finish off by saying that we have the prize giving that will be next Wednesday from 7:30, the virtual prize giving, where we'll be able to recognise many of the achievements and celebrate the successes of Banff Academy over the whole year, not just during lockdown, but over the whole year. Next Wednesday night at 7:30, that will be released on YouTube. So please try and set some time aside to have a wee look at that. So that's us. That's us finished in terms of the head teacher's briefings. I will write to all parents next week and potentially again during the summer holidays to keep you updated and abreast of developments. But hopefully I've outlined what the plans are for when we go back. And just like to finish off by saying a massive thank you to everybody over the last 12 to 13 weeks. Have been tremendously difficult, tremendously tiring, and tremendously challenging. And I am proud as the head teacher of Banff Academy to say that we have dealt with those difficulties exceptionally well. People from across the country have looked at Banff Academy as an example of excellent practice. I think pupils have learnt to deal with this situation and coped with this situation with great resilience. The professional learning that my colleagues have undertaken has been world class, and we have been in a position where learning did continue even although the school was closed. So I would like to just say a big thank you to you all, particularly the parents who have been substitute teachers and have helped us deliver that educational service to our young people. So just to finally have a great holiday, switch off, relax. It will be a very different summer holiday than what you may well have planned. But I look forward to opening the doors to first year pupils on the 12th of August and to all pupils on the 17th. So it's goodbye from me. Take care, look after yourself and each other. Thank you. Bye bye.